Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and welcome to News in 10. We're covering what happened across the country in the last 24 hours. A chemical emergency in California has the governor on high alert. A shooting outside the White House leaves one dead. And Russia launches a massive attack on Kyiv overnight. Let's get into it. Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency in Orange County, where a massive chemical tank at an aerospace manufacturing plant is dangerously close to exploding or spilling. The tank at GKN Aerospace in Garden Grove contains a mix of highly reactive chemicals that experts are racing to stabilize before it ruptures. Neighborhoods near Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm are under evacuation orders, as authorities work against time to neutralize the toxic threat. The complex chemistry inside the tank makes traditional disposal methods too risky, forcing engineers to develop an unprecedented solution. A gunman opened fire on Secret Service officers at a White House security checkpoint late this morning, prompting agents to return fire and kill the suspect. The shooting occurred at one of the outer perimeter posts, away from the executive mansion itself. A bystander caught in the crossfire was also wounded, though authorities haven't yet clarified whether that person was hit by the suspect's gunfire or shots from law enforcement. The White House was briefly locked down as a precaution. The suspect's identity and motive remain under investigation.
Russia launched a massive overnight assault on Kyiv, firing waves of missiles and drones at Ukraine's capital, in what officials are calling one of the heaviest attacks in months. At least one person was killed and several others injured, as air defenses struggled to intercept the barrage. The strike comes days after Ukraine hit a military facility deep inside Russian territory, prompting Moscow to promise swift retaliation. President Zelensky confirmed Russia deployed its advanced Oreshnik missile system in the attack, marking a significant escalation in the nearly 3-year conflict.
President Trump says a major deal with Iran is largely in place, one that would reopen the Strait of Hormuz and begin 2 months of negotiations over Tehran's nuclear program. The announcement follows talks with Israel and regional partners. The Strait handles about a fifth of the world's oil supply, and its closure had threatened global energy markets. If finalized, this would mark the most significant diplomatic breakthrough with Iran since Trump pulled out of the nuclear deal during his first term. The framework still needs final approval from all parties involved. Iran's national soccer team is relocating its training camp from the United States to Mexico ahead of the 2026 World Cup. The move comes after the team had initially planned to prepare on American soil, despite ongoing tensions between Washington and Tehran. Iranian officials cited logistical concerns and the need for better training facilities as reasons for the switch. Mexico offers high-altitude training options, similar to conditions the team might face during tournament play. The decision also sidesteps potential political complications that could have arisen from basing operations in the U.S., where diplomatic relations with Iran remain frozen since 1980.
Donald Trump posted an image on social media showing an American flag draped over the entire territory of Iran, captioned, quote, "United States of the Middle East." The provocative post comes as tensions between Washington and Tehran remain high over nuclear talks and regional influence. Iran's government has not issued an official response, though hardliners on social media called it further proof of American imperial ambitions. The image sparked immediate backlash from critics who called it inflammatory, while Trump supporters said it demonstrates strength. This marks another instance of Trump using visuals to signal his foreign policy stance ahead of the presidential race. Hollywood's top films took a step backward on diversity in 2025, with fewer people of color and women in leading roles compared to recent years. The numbers show a noticeable drop across major studio releases, particularly among directors and lead actors. Industry analysts point to what they call a return to old patterns, where studios greenlight projects without prioritizing inclusive casting or creative teams. This reversal follows years of public commitments to representation after the social movements of 2020. The data suggests that, without ongoing pressure, Hollywood's major players default to familiar choices that don't reflect America's actual demographics.
Hasbro is relocating its entertainment division to a historic Hollywood studio lot, bringing the toy giant deeper into the heart of the film and television industry. The company behind Transformers, My Little Pony, and Dungeons & Dragons is making the move as it continues expanding its reach beyond the toy aisle. The shift positions Hasbro closer to Hollywood's creative community, while the company develops movies, streaming series, and digital content based on its iconic brands. The move signals Hasbro's commitment to building out its entertainment portfolio, transforming classic toys into film franchises that have already generated billions at the box office.
Hollywood is facing what industry insiders are calling an existential crisis, with the once glamorous entertainment capital struggling to regain its footing after years of upheaval. Streaming services have upended traditional business models, production costs have skyrocketed, and theatrical releases are no longer guaranteed moneymakers. The strikes last year brought productions to a standstill, and layoffs continue to ripple through major studios. Box office numbers tell a sobering story, with fewer films breaking even, and audiences increasingly selective about what gets them off the couch. The question now is whether Tinseltown can reinvent itself yet again, or if the golden age of American cinema is truly behind us. The New York Knicks are one win away from the NBA Finals after dismantling the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 3, taking a commanding 3-0 series lead. The Madison Square Garden crowd erupted as the Knicks dominated both ends of the floor, putting Cleveland in a nearly insurmountable hole. No team in NBA history has ever come back from down 3-0 in a playoff series. The star-studded crowd included Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce sitting courtside, but all eyes were on New York's relentless performance. The Knicks can punch their ticket to the finals with a win in Game 4.
New York Giants rookie Abdul says he and former Ole Miss quarterback Jaxson have smoothed things over after Carter publicly criticized him on social media. Dart introduced President Trump at a rally in Mississippi earlier this month, which prompted Carter to post that he was disappointed in the quarterback. The two played together at Ole Miss before Carter was drafted 3rd overall by the Giants. Carter clarified this week that they've talked privately, and there's no lingering tension between them. Both players are moving forward without any hard feelings about the political disagreement. Lionel Messi showed up at the Dreams Cup Youth Soccer Tournament in South Florida this week, and he looked like any other parent on the sideline. He brought his wife Antonella and their 3 boys to watch one of his sons compete. Despite being arguably the greatest player ever and Miami's biggest star, Messi was there in full dad mode, cheering from the stands without any fanfare. It's a reminder that even global icons have to juggle carpools and youth sports schedules. The Dreams Cup draws teams from across the Americas, giving young players a taste of elite competition while their families watch on.
Here are today's other headlines. In San Diego, police had removed guns from a suspected gunman's home earlier this year after discovering he was obsessed with Nazi ideology and mass shooters. Questions swirl in Washington about what President Trump's next move will be with Iran as tensions simmer in the Gulf. We're remembering Barney Frank, the trailblazing congressman who made history as one of the first openly gay members of Congress and championed financial reform. NASCAR driver Kyle Busch's family has revealed he died from severe pneumonia that turned into sepsis. Hollywood is going all in on Old Navy for its latest blockbuster marketing campaign, turning everyday shoppers into movie extras. And Ryan Gosling's new sci-fi flick, Project Hail Mary, is being called pure popcorn fun, which might be exactly what audiences want right now.
That's your United States in 10 minutes for Sunday, May 24th, 2026. If this was useful, hit subscribe. We do this every single day. See you tomorrow.